and welcome to another Nonstop Adventure. I'm Carisha.
And I'm Leroy.
And today we are talking all about Paris Seine River Cruise. So we took this cruise while we were there, and it was the most amazing thing that we did in Paris, and actually probably one of my favorite excursions that I've ever done on any vacation. So today we're giving you 10, 11, 12, 13 tips to make your Seine River cruise a success. Tip number 1 is to make sure you book your dinner cruise well in advance, especially if you're coming during peak tourist season. Because guess what? If you don't book it in advance, you won't be going. This is something that is very popular. It fills up. Our cruise was packed. There was literally no empty seats. And there were even people that wanted to go that night. And the one we were going on, they were not able to book that. So book in advance.
Tip number 2 is to check the weather forecast prior to your cruise, so that way you dress appropriately for it. Because some of the river boats have an outdoor seating area. So when we went, it was in the middle of summer, so the weather was absolutely perfect.
It's beautiful.
Absolutely beautiful. And we you just got to dress for the occasion.
And not only that, I think it rained on our cruise. So even though we actually did have indoor seating, it rained. So the windows got wet, which it messed with our content a little bit. It didn't rain the whole time. So we were able to get the footage we needed. But even if you're not sitting outside, if you're sitting inside and you're taking pictures, just look at the weather so that you can be prepared, whether it's taking pictures or what you want to wear. Tip number 3 is to make sure that you arrive at the dock on time. This is very important because you will get left. Our departure time was what? Was it 8:30?
8:30 p.m. So we got there about maybe 45 minutes before it left. And the traffic in Paris, it can get bad. So make sure that you leave your hotel maybe at least 90 minutes before, so that way you get to the dock on time.
Yeah, because even our driver was like, okay, what time y'all gotta be there? Because he had concerns. So make sure you give yourself enough time to get there. You don't want to have to rush and get stressed out. And like I said, you will get left because they do have to leave on time. So I don't want you to spend all that money and get left. So be at the dock on time.
And to add to that, the dock is literally right next to the Eiffel Tower. There's going to be a set of stairs you walk down, and there's going to be all sorts of riverboats down there. You're going to look for the one called Bateau Parisiens, and that's going to be a riverboat that you go on. But make sure you get there on time because they will leave you.
And make sure you check the link either in the comments or the description box. We got 2 places to book your Seine River dinner cruise. Tip number 4, review your information through the booking company so that you can dress for the occasion. Ours had didn't they have a dress code? Business casual?
Business casual.
Yeah.
No shorts, no tennis shoes, anything like that. Business casual. Because you want to look nice as well for your pictures and stuff like that. But you definitely have to abide by the dress code because they may deny you boarding for that as well.
Yeah, because I wore a nice little red, I guess it was kind of elegant dress, but it was definitely business casual.
I wore a black suit with a white undershirt with a red tie to complement her dress.
So
y'all, we was smoking.
So make sure that you read the tour instructions, and whatever company you're going with, whatever boat you're using, that you dress for the occasion and you follow the dress code if there is one.
Tip number 5 is to choose a window seat for the best viewing experience on either side of the boat. Because on either side of the boat, they're going to go down the Seine River front and back. So you get to view all the landmarks on either side of the boat. So on the left side, when you leave, you get to see the Musée d'Orsay, Notre Dame, just all the landmarks you'll see around the City of Lights. And then on the return trip, you get if you're on the opposite side of the boat, if you didn't get to see any of the landmarks on one side, you can see them on the other side.
So make sure you choose a window seat because that has literally the best views in the house. The best views. And if you're taking photos, or even obviously just so you can have the best view, but if you're taking pictures, you want a window seat because you're literally right there. Now, we had a window seat right in the front. I was so happy. Like, you did good, babe. You did good. So I highly suggest the window seat. Whatever seat you can get is great. But if you can get a window seat, you want to definitely try to get that.
Absolutely. And then the boat moves at a reasonable speed as well.
Oh, yeah.
So that way you won't miss a shot. because they're gonna move at the speed to make sure you get the correct photo or the perfect photo, I should say.
They gotta move at the speed they can because you on a cruise. But anyway, y'all, I'm a mess. But yeah, window seat. Pro tip. Obviously, number 6, if you're by the window, make sure you bring your camera, your phone, or whatever you need to get your photos. You know, the pictures are important, not for just people who are creators, but obviously you want to save these memories forever. We travel and the pictures are so important because you get to relive that memory and think about it for years to come. So make sure you bring your cameras, your phones, whatever you need to make sure you get that shot.
Especially at night. Because
Oh my
the
goodness.
city is completely different from the river at night. It's nothing like it, y'all.
It's beautiful. This was my favorite, literally my favorite thing to do in Paris. Tip number 7, if you have any dietary restrictions, you want to notify them when you book your tour or at some point before your tour departs so that they can accommodate you if you have any special needs or any special dietary needs. Make sure you contact them and let them know, because if they don't know, then they can't make those accommodations.
Tip number 8 is to be mindful of your personal belongings. The city of Paris, while beautiful, it is full of pickpockets. So just don't let your guard down. Even when you're on the river cruise, just do the same thing. Because at the end of the day, y'all don't know these people. Just keep an eye out on your stuff, because people have some sticky fingers regardless of where you go.
Yeah, just be very careful. You may get excited and, you know, want to run to the window and get your photos or whatever it is that you're doing, but don't let your guard down, because I would hate for something to happen or anybody to lose their belongings on, you know, such a wonderful cruise, wonderful time. That's the last thing you want to happen. So just be mindful, even when you're on the cruise, of your belongings.
Yeah, don't leave your purse on the table just to take a picture. Take everything with
gone.
you easily.
Tip number 9, I wanted to touch on the booking time again, but in a different aspect. Now, there are different times for the cruise. So a lot of people asked us what time we went, because we got the day. We started off our cruise. It was light and you can see everything during the day. When we came back, it was night and we were able to experience the cruise at night and see the Eiffel Tower light up. Because the time slot that we chose was 8:30, and by the time the cruise ended, it was almost 11:30. But we were able to get day and night shots, which for me was everything. It was literally iconic. I would not pick, you know, a different time, because they had different offerings for the times.
They did. And then if you go to Paris during the summer, it gets dark really late there. So it didn't get dark till about 11 p.m. So if you go at 8:30, it's still going to be light outside. But by the time 11 p.m. rolls around, that's when it starts getting dark there. So keep that in mind.
I think it started getting dark about 10:30, so we were able to get them shots.
Yeah.
About 10:30. But basically, it gets dark really late sometimes during the year. So if you want to get day and night shots, make sure you book the 8:30 time slot.
Tip number 10 is to review the itinerary to know what you're looking at while on board. Everybody knows what the Eiffel Tower looks like, but not everybody knows what all the other landmarks look like. So while you're on board, you'll actually have some audio given to you by the captain. They'll say Musée d'Orsay is to your left or to your right. Notre Dame is straight ahead. The Louvre, things of that nature. So just look at the itinerary to know what you're looking at. So that way you know what you're taking a picture of.
Yeah, because they give you a printout like along with the menu, and it tells you what all of the landmarks are. So just pay attention, because there were people who were like, what is this? What is that? So just, you know, be mindful of that so that you actually know what everything is, if it's not obvious. And our final tip, and a bonus tip as well, outside of the dietary restrictions, if you have any other accommodations that need to be made, please reach out and see if it's something that they can accommodate before you book the tour. Or just make sure you read the terms on the site to see if it's something that they can accommodate. And finally, we highly recommend this tour because it was literally the best time that we had in Paris. It was so iconic. It was elegant. I thought the food was really good. The entertainment is really nice. They had a singer. She came around and sung and, mingled with the audience. And it just was it was just such a classy event. I felt like I felt like $1 million, like $1 million, like I was on top of the world. Like, how did you feel?
I felt like $1 million too. I felt like I was a millionaire. Like it's definitely probably the most romantic thing you do with the entire city.
And it was a surprise for me, so I had no clue. I literally had no clue that he was booking this for me, so it was the most romantic surprise ever. Look at him popping his collar. So highly recommend it. Click the link in the bio or the description. Get this thing booked, and we want you to have a wonderful time and come back and let us know what you think.
If you have any questions, just feel free to comment. We'll definitely answer each and every question you guys may have. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching.
And we'll see you on our next
Non-Stop Adventure.
Bye.